Alright guys, I'm going to show you why you should not cheap out on your chain for your motorcycle or your sprockets. You know, I thought JT was a pretty good company and I thought I would be happy with it because I had it on 2 other bikes, but you know, I didn't get enough mileage on them to know for sure. But because I had put it on 2 other bikes, I thought it would work for this bike, and I've definitely got a lot more mileage on this bike. The other bikes, when I owned them, I probably only put a couple thousand miles on it, if that, between the 2, you know. And this bike I've got, you know, quite a bit on, but this chain actually I've got 4,000 to 5,000 miles on it, and it's complete junk already. I'm going to try to show you here if I can. Alright, so this chain has no stiffness to it all, and if you know motorcycle chains, when they're O-rings, they're always stiff, and I know they wear in eventually and everything, they're gonna wear in, but this shouldn't be this bad already, to the point that the O-rings are just like basically done in there, you know. It's completely loose. All these links have play back and forth this way. I can't do it because I got, you know, the camera in my hand and everything, but just trust me that all these links have play, and you can hear the play in them just like that. You can hear the play in there. Okay, so the chain's done. There's no stiffness to it at all. It's just junk at this point. So now we'll come to the sprocket. This is the JT sprocket in front, and this is the OEM one that I took off, because when I took the OEM off, I replaced it with an entire new set. So if you look here, the chain, the one in the front's the JT, and the one in the back is the other, and you can see the difference there. The JT is skinnier. It's just completely and utterly worn out, and you can even see how the roundness of the hole is oblong and everything, whereas the OEM is almost symmetrical. And that's, you know, that's still a good sprocket. I just took it off because I was replacing the entire set. You know, when you do that, you're supposed to replace everything, not just one piece of part of the drive system. You're supposed to do it all. But this, you know, this has only got 4,000 to 5,000 miles on it, and look at that sprocket, just absolute junk on there, unusable. And I'm lucky that it didn't snap and cause a wreck or something, you know. So I'm going to try to set this here so I can show you the play in this chain now. Alright. So here's the JT chain that I was just talking about, and if you watch this, see the gap in between there? And they're gonna have play, but this is just terrible, and this is all the way through the chain to the point where, you know, I could pull it off the sprocket and see daylight, which you're not supposed to be able to do most of the time, you know. If you've seen some of my other videos, I was having problems with this chain, and I was wondering to myself if it was me or if it was the chain. But you know, it's definitely the chain, because this chain has no stiffness to it left. It's basically junk, you know. I'm gonna have to pitch it. And it wasn't the cheapest of the chains, and it wasn't the most expensive, you know. It wasn't an eBay chain where, you know, there's no branding on it, it's just some junk colored chain. This was a brand name JT chain with JT sprockets, you know. Same with, you know, what I put on there. That's, you know, on my dirt bike, that's a primary drive chain, and I've got that off because I'm actually going to relace the wheel and the spokes and everything. It's got to get new spokes in it. But anyway, that's a primary drive chain on there, and it's almost just like this JT, but it's made so much better. And I've also got another primary drive that I'm going to put on here, but it's, you know, it's only got 500 miles, so it's not much comparison if I compare it to this. But I can tell you now, there's no play in these links, and it's a whole lot stiffer. Now I know the stiffness isn't going to last, you know, once the O-rings wear in and everything, but it still should be somewhat stiff and not just completely wonky like this, where I can just move it willy-nilly, you know. And it's just junk, and it really makes me mad that I paid money for this and it only lasted 4,000 to 4,000 miles or so, and I probably should have took it off sooner, because these, I mean, this sprocket is just absolute shark teeth, and that's terrible for a sprocket, you know. That should be something that somebody put 60,000 miles on it and forgot to change, you know, and just wrote it, you know. But I've got 4,000 to 5,000, and it's just junk, and it's really crappy, you know. So anyway, I just thought I'd share with you guys, don't buy JT chains and don't buy JT sprockets. They're just absolute junk. And I know there's going to be tons of people probably commenting saying, oh, well, I've had them and done this and that with them. Well, let me tell you that this chain was lubed, it was adjusted properly, everything was done correct on this, and it still just wore out to a piece of junk, you know. And I've had a lot of chains on a lot of bikes, and you know, they've never worn like this, and it's terrible. So anyway, Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it.